the three magic words, which helps us to understand any concept on this life. It's called as what, why, and how. When you satisfy these three conditions, there is very logical conclusion to whatever you want to explain things in life. Because what is like the objective, why is like the reason and the logic, and then how is the implementation and the process. So even when I started my journey of manifestation, when I used to feel that, does it like really happen?
Yeah.
Right? And then you see certain synchronicities and you call it as a coincidence. But when you start putting in that tremendous amount of belief, something magical will actually start to happen. So I used to see a lot of Grey's Anatomy at one point in time. And 2015, many episodes where Derek Shepherd, was considered to be the neurosurgeon was there.
I haven't watched a single episode.
Okay.
I would no. There's so much judgment from the back table.
It's absolutely fine. So this is like this one particular medical drama. And it speaks about this doctor who actually says this beautiful line before he conducts any surgery, which he says, it's a beautiful day to save lives.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day to save lives. He says this 2 times and then he says, now let's have some fun. So I started reading about manifestation from that point in time, that if a neurosurgeon in that particular serial is saying it's a beautiful day to save lives, doesn't he have enough confidence and faith in his own competencies that he needs to affirm this thing again and again? And that is when I started doing the scientific research of manifestation out there. So what exactly is manifestation? I think it's the ability of the mind, the conscious mind, which is based on logic, the subconscious mind, which is based on emotions, generating thoughts which alter your reality. Now, how does this thing actually happen? So it's a whole cycle which helps you to reprogram. So when we look into this term called as neuroplasticity, something that we even spoke about. What is neuroplasticity? In one very simple word, it is actually called realign. The venture that you and your team have started. Yeah. It is the ability of the brain to A, adapt, B, believe, and C, change based on the lessons it is learning and the experiences it is experiencing. It is just like it's like an organizational structure that you make when you are like creating an organization. So when you start restructuring all of that, that's when the rewiring actually happens. And everything starts with a fundamental premise called as a thought. Yeah. Because your words, they create your world out there. So when we look into this term called as thoughts, as I said, they are like lifeless. They are like these neutral entities. They are just like these channels out there. But these thoughts now have 2 aspects to it. And that's where the science actually starts. So you have something called as an incoming thought, and then you have something called as an outgoing thought. Now the question that you need to ask yourself that who is influencing whom over here? Do your incoming thoughts influence you, or do you generate those outgoing thoughts? Because the first concept in science is called as thought fixation. Right? That wherever your thought goes is where your attention goes, is where your energy goes, and everything flows.
Where your thought goes, your energy flows.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, my observation has been that we tend to express dissatisfaction about things not going our way much more than expressing gratitude for the things that we have. And this is where the alignment of thought actually starts. That where am I in terms of my thoughts? Do I express dissatisfaction about things not going my way? Oh, there is traffic out there. Oh, when am I going to make my first 1 crore? Or am I just going to be in gratitude that, what, I have my parents who are healthy. I am in a healthy mind. I have a good job. I'm doing something that gives me that sense of contentment. It all starts with a thought. Correct. So there are incoming thoughts and there are outgoing thoughts. So thought and an emotion becomes a belief. Now this belief now enters into a very sensitive part of the human brain called as the RAS, the reticular activating system. This is what manifestation is in science. It's like a bundle of nerves which is there inside the brain out there. It has only one journey to do. Whatever you feed, it is going to magnify and reflect. So 2 things about the science of manifestation is mastering your reticular activating system. Whatever you feed inside, it is just going to reflect 2 times, 5 times, 10 times of it. That is the role that it has for you. Now from this RAS, what does the RAS actually do? So the moment I feel that, I don't think I'm worthy of creating YouTube videos. I don't think I'm worthy of explaining my concepts to the world out there. What is the RAS going to do? It is going to start opening up multiple files in the subconscious mind. So from the time I have the memory of myself to the point I felt bad, all those incidences of my life where someone hurt me, they actually get opened up in the subconscious mind and you don't even know about it. And that is where you get your confirmation that yes, many times in my life, people have said that, I'm not good at doing a certain activity. Now, one of those incidences, which has actually hurt you the most, is something that crops up.
Correct.
And when that crops up, we enter into the next stage, which is called the law of hypnotic rhythm, which is nothing but the formulation of habits. So we say that 98% of the people don't manifest the desires that they want because they are so driven by their habits that the habits start controlling you and you are in a stage of self-hypnosis. Primal process of starting the manifestation process is to ensure that any incoming thought which is driven by an opinion or media or social media should be like, it's okay. It's okay. 1 or 2 people did not like my video. It's absolutely fine. Someone comes in me, tells me tomorrow that there's going to be an earthquake. It's okay. I may be prepared for it, but I'm not going to align an emotion to it.
You won't engage